Calling the meeting to order. I also want to remind everyone that the meeting is being videotaped, so just a reminder. We'll start with the pledge to the flag and moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, you may be seated. Before we move into citizens' requests and concerns, I do have an item to add to the agenda. Under Civil Service Commission report, I'd like to add the approval of the eligibility list and conditional candidate employment. This is a time-sensitive issue, so we do want to take action on it tonight, so I'm making a motion to add it to the agenda.
Second.
Thank you, Marianne. Any discussion? All those in favor of adding this to the agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you very much. Now, citizens' requests or concerns? All right, thank you. We'll move right into the reports of boards and commissions, and we'll go to Civil Service Commission report, and I'll turn it over to the chair.
Okay, good evening. I'm Melissa Ostrowski, Chair of the Civil Service Commission. I'm just going to read from my notes so I say the right thing. At the last Civil Service meeting, the Commission created a rank and eligibility list for our two candidates. The first person on the eligibility list is Patrick Giberson, and the second person on the eligibility list is Stephen Althouse. Since that meeting, both of the men were cleared for their background checks, and so we would like to clear off that eligibility list. We would like to close that eligibility list and give those two conditional employment offers, so this will allow the hiring process to continue. If we do the conditional employment offers, then we're able to give them the polygraph test, the psychological and the medical, and the next step then would be to complete the application for the academy so that they're ready to have everything in order to start in January. So it's, I can't believe it's almost October, and I'm trying to get going. Neither of the candidates has Act 126, is that what I call it? 120. Act 120. 126 is probably some education thing. So strike that from the record, because they definitely don't have that. They do not have Act 120, so we need to send them both to the academy. Do you need me to restate any of that?
No, I'll make a motion to close the eligibility list and to offer conditional employment to Patrick Giberson and Stephen Althoff.
I'll second.
Thank you, Marianne and Phyllis.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
This is the first time we've done this. We're somebody that doesn't have Act 120. So when you say conditional employment, is that conditionals?
I can answer that.
Okay.
Okay, so in our civil service regulations, it's actually the exact process that we have to follow. Whether or not they had Act 120, we would do this exact same process. Right. We're basically saying, we've presented you the eligibility list, you know the ranking, and then we need to have a conditional offer of employment for them to go on to the polygraph. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Polygraph. I'm looking at Chief. Polygraph, medical, and psychological. Those are never done without that conditional offer.
Right. So that conditional offer does not have a date on it.
No.
You understand what I'm asking?
Yes.
No,
I'm trying to figure out when we're going to start paying. Will we start paying
I
them
think
when?
you're getting at it's further conditional than if they make those 3 steps that they complete the police.
Yeah.
That's
have
what,
to complete
okay.
It's very conditional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't start paying them until they started the academy in January.
Correct, and that will go to the agreement. That was.
I assumed that, but I again didn't want to make an assumption before I voted that that's.
No, and this is the first time we've ever had that.
Right.
So
that's why I wanted to make sure I understood it. Okay.
It's good for us.
That's the way I thought it was going to work, but I just wanted to say it out loud.
Yes.
Okay.
They would sign a contract that we
Well,
have
there's that
vetted
agreement
through.
Exactly.
that
was
they
the-
get prorated if they don't.
We set the amount they make while they're in the academy, and then what they
Correct.
make once they graduate.
Correct.
And that's all
Yep.
down in that
With
agreement.
that agreement and
Right.
the union contract. Okay, good, all right.
Other questions? All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. I know you have two more items.
And I don't believe they're action items, so. By presenting you both of those names, we have now cleared our eligibility and rank list. And I just wanted to let you know that we have been, we understand that there are going to be 2 upcoming retirements in May of 2024 is what we've been shared. And so the Civil Service Commission would like you to please indicate when you are ready to begin and open that process again. And I'm sure there's probably these guys can answer more about that. I do not believe we have retirements in hand, but that's where things are. The current gentleman that we would put through the academy won't really be on the street until August, from what I understand. So we're just kind of thinking ahead. So that would be something for discussion, I'm sure. And then the Civil Service Commission we're very proud of this. We've revised our interview questions and rating forms. We have Deb Sweda on our Civil Service Commission who has lots of HR background. She's really helped us make we found some solid rating scales from different models from our trainings in Harrisburg. And so we're very happy with the new materials. We have new interview procedure for patrolman, sergeant, and lieutenant. And so we are going to be starting, I think last month you okayed us to do the lieutenant. And so we're going to be using that new paperwork and that new process for the lieutenant. And I think that our panel of interviewers will be very happy because I think they said it was time for a change and some improvement. I think that means we now have that civil service uses revised and updated from about 10 years ago. I think we're done.
Oh, yeah.
I better not find another one with the whole date on it. So that's our update from our commission's work.
Thank you. Thank you very much
You're
for the work
welcome.
you're doing.
You're welcome.
We don't have anything from a finance and public works and public welfare. Linda, I'll just take these. We have 2 plan time extensions. The first being Crossgates Phase 2 final plan. Andy, it's a 60-day extension.
Yes, Crossgates is 60, correct? And Lombardo's 90. Let me double check it.
Yeah, the bar is 90. I'm not sure what cross the is for.
It looks like it's closer to the deadline for Crossgates was September 26th, and they're asking for October 31st.
Yes.
It's a little more than a month, I guess.
All right.
Maybe give them 60 days.
It was, I'm sure it was a 60.
All right. Well, I'll make the motion. None of this is out of committee, to approve the time extension of 60 days for the Crossgates Phase 2 final plan.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions? All those in favor of approving the time extension for Crossgates Phase 2 signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Same for Lombardo.
Second.
Well, I'll make the motion, the time extension of 90 days for the Lombardo final plan.
Seconded.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Thank you. A little housekeeping. We don't have anything for personnel.
No.
The mayor's report.
The only thing I'll say is, so on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, I had the pleasure of attending the State of the Bill at the Millersville University. Great people attending and good conversation, and it sounds like Millersville is doing very well with their attendance this year, including international students, is at a record high for the university.
Thank you. I don't believe we have anyone from the university or from Penn Manor. I did leave a message for the principal at Penn Manor regarding getting a new Penn Manor student representative. So hopefully we'll have someone soon. As for my report, the mayor and I did attend the Millersville Business Association meeting last week, and one update to let everyone know about is Saturday in the park. That'll be September 30th at Freedom Memorial Park from 11 to 2.
Well, can I go back to that HRG or RGS request? They actually requested to have it extended to October 31st.
Okay.
The 60 days will cover.
60 days or more covered.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. And that's it for my report. We do not have any unfinished business, unless anyone wants to share something. I would make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss personnel matters. And a reminder that no action will be taken during the meeting or after, likely.
Seconded.
All those in favor of entering executive session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. I'll invite Sue, Andy, the chief.
Are you wanting to stay?
You're welcome to stay.
Okay.
You don't have to, and there.
I was going to say, and then we will not be bringing back the live.
We will, no action will be taken after.